and welcome back to the another episode of Daily Quiz for IAS Prelims 2025. It is 20th July today, and we are going to discuss 10 important questions in today's session. Every day we take this class for the daily quiz. In fact, we take two classes every day. In the first class, we take the current affairs, we take the most important articles which are relevant for your exam, and we try to help you in for your preparation by making those articles easy for you. And in the evening or night session we upload another video which is basically this video. In this video we discuss the current affairs related questions. We try to frame those current affairs in the question form so that it will help you revise the current affairs and also give you the idea how it could be asked in the exam. And also we discuss few previous year questions from the previous year question papers. We discuss them in the most suitable way so that it will give you the idea first how the exams are conducted, how the paper looks in the exam. And also it is said that by knowing the previous year questions and by studying the options given in the previous year questions, it will definitely help you in eliminating many options in the upcoming exam. So with this, I would like to request you guys first, please do subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends so that they will also get benefited. And also when you subscribe, it gives us the energy to work more hard on it and provide the best information available. So with this, we would start our discussion. Let's see what the first question says. We discussed about the agri exports. We saw dip in our agri exports. Due to the blockage of Red Sea, also due to the maize prices going down, and other issues also. Also the ban of rice, the ban of rice on the exports. So we discussed this article in that perspective, in that respect. Now here we had a question. It says, what is the primary commodity that accounts for the largest share of India's agriculture exports? So we have to find out which among them does give the largest share to the Indian exports according to the Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority. So according to this authority, which among the following four is the primary commodity that accounts for the largest share of India's agriculture? So is it rice, the option A? Is it wheat, the option B? Is it cotton, the option C? Or is it the spices, the option D? Irrespective of the ban which has been put on the rice this year, because of that our agri exports had came down. But overall, the largest share of India's agriculture export is due to the rice itself. So for this question, the correct option would be option A. It is the rice which has the largest share of India's agriculture export. Now, coming to the question number 2, here let's see what does it say. We discussed about the Microsoft outrage due to the cyber security issue. So with that respect, we also discussed about the blue screen of death. So here it asks about what it is, what does it mean, and what leads to the blue screen of death on our system. So the question says, what are the reasons for the occurrence of the blue screen of death, BSOD, in Windows operating system? So we have to find out what are the reasons for BSOD. Is it hardware driver issue? 100% it could be because of this. Mainly it is because of this. Is it software application error? It could be because of this also. Is it virus or malware attack? 100% it could happen because of this also. So the correct option for this is option D, all of the above. So all of the above can cause the blue screen of death on our system. So now coming to the question number 3, here it asks, what is the primary purpose of the carbon credit mechanism under the Kyoto Protocol? So we discussed about the carbon credit mechanism. We discussed the agreement going to happen between India and Japan related to this, in which Japan will help in building the India's green energy, and by that they can compensate the emissions which they had not controlled in their own country. So with that respect, we have this question, what is the primary purpose of the carbon credit mechanism under the Kyoto Protocol? Is it to promote the use of renewable energy resources? No, it is not the primary purpose. Is it to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by assigning a monetary value to the carbon reduction? 100% the option B is correct. So with that, the option, let's see what the option C says. Is it to encourage sustainable land use practices? Not at all. Is it to develop new technologies for carbon capture and storage? Not at all. So for the question number 3, the primary purpose of the carbon credit mechanism under the Kyoto Protocol is to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by assigning a monetary value to carbon reduction. Now, coming to the question number 4, let us see what does it say. It says, what is the primary category of capital goods required for the manufacturing of electronic components such as semiconductors and printed circuit boards? We discussed about the primary we discussed about the capital goods required for the boom in the electric energy. We discussed the problem which we have in our country. Why do we need these capital goods, and we are majorly importing it from other countries. So what is the primary category of, here the question asks us, what is the primary category of capital goods required for the manufacturing of electronic components? So is it option A, which is machine tools and equipments? Yes, it is so. Is it option B, process control instruments? No, not at all. Is it option C, electrical and electronic testing equipments? Not at all. Is it the material handling and storage system? Not at all. So for the question number 4, the primary category of capital goods required for the manufacturing of electronic components is the machine tools and equipment. So it comes under the category of capital goods. Now coming to the question number 5, it says periodic labor force survey is brought out by, we discussed about the unemployment in our country, and different sources give different data. We discussed about that in detail. So here the question says the periodic labor force survey, it is brought out by ILO or International Labour Organization, or UNO, or WHO, or NSO, National Statistics Organization. The correct option for question number 5 is option D. So it is the NSO which brings out the periodic labor force survey. Now with this we complete our daily quiz for the current affairs. Now we have to take some questions from the previous year questions. So here the question number 6 says, with reference to the religious practices in India, the Sathanakvasi sect belongs to the Sathanakvasi sect belongs to Buddhism or Jainism or Vaishnavism or Shaivism? It definitely belongs to the Jainism. So for question number 6, the correct option would be B, option B. So if you had followed these videos from last 19 days, you would have seen we had taken only the prehistory, the ancient history portion, and we are about to complete the ancient history questions. So you could have got an idea that most of the questions are asked from this area, Buddhism and Jainism, and few questions are asked from the Indus Valley civilization, and some questions are asked from the other sectors of Vedic region. So this is the region in which we have to cover for our prelims. Now coming to the question number 7, it says, with reference to the Indian history, who among the following is a future Buddha yet to come to save the world? The last dialogue between the Buddha and his servant, his follower Anand, where he discusses his desire has not completed yet. The interpretation of that which the different sects of Buddhism get, that his desires were not completed yet, and so he was referring to the yet to his rebirth according to them. So the future Buddha among the following is it Avalokiteshvara? No, it is not him. Is it Lokeshvara? Neither him. Is it Padmapani? Not him. Is it Maitreya? 100% it is Maitreya. The correct option for question number 7 is option C. Now coming to the question number 8, when you have to consider the following pairs, when you often know that if you had followed my classes, you would know that to these questions I directly mark the correct answer. So we have to see the crafts and to which state they belong. First craft is Puthukuli shawls, it belongs to the Tamil Nadu. Then the second craft is Sunji embroidery, it belongs to Bihar. And the third craft is Upada Jamdani saris, it belongs to the Andhra Pradesh. So in this I had marked all the 3 options correctly. Now coming to the question number 9, it says, consider the following pairs of tradition versus state. First, it is Chapchar Kat festival. It is celebrated in the Mizoram. Then we have Kongjom Prabha Balad, it is celebrated in Manipur, and then we have the Thangta dance, which is celebrated in. It is also celebrated in Manipur. It is a kind of martial arts dance. Now coming to the last question of today's discussion, it says which of the following is not a Harappan site? You know, Janhudar, all of you might have heard about it. Then we have Kotjibi, you would have heard about it. Both of these sites are the Harappan sites. Then we have Desalpur, it is also an Harappan site. So for the question number 10, the correct option would be Soho Gaura. It is a Mauryan. It is connected to the Mauryan times. So for the question number 10, Soho Gaura is not the Harappan site. So with this, we conclude today's discussion. I hope you would like it. I hope you would share it with your friends and you would definitely subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Thank you very much for staying with me.